Hi Capricorn, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly astrological report for the month of July 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. You begin the month in a Neptune haze because Neptune, which represents dreams and imagination and the unconscious mind, as well as creativity and pure selfless love, as well as delusion, illusion, fantasy, and deception, retrograded on June 28th at 25 degrees of the mutable water sign of Pisces. And it retrograded in your house of communication and news. You feel the buildup 5 days before and 5 days after, and it magnifies the qualities of that planet. In this case, the psychic and intuitive qualities of Neptune, because it is such a sensitive and intuitive planet, but also the confusion, the hazy qualities as well. So, and you may have gotten some news that you had no idea about. Maybe some deception got uncovered. Maybe you feel really tired. This is a really good time for you, with Neptune retrograding in your house of communication, to work with your unconscious mind, to journal your thoughts, to manifest and meditate, because this is really a good point for you for working with that energy to magnetize good fortune. And as you begin the month, there are 4 points transiting in the Cardinal fire sign of Aries, in your house of home, family, and emotional foundation. Jupiter, which is the grand benefic and the luckiest planet, entered the Cardinal fire sign of Aries in your sector of home, real estate, and emotional foundation on May 10th, where it will tour until October 28th. Jupiter will retrograde at the end of July, and you'll feel the buildup 5 days before, 5 days after, just excessive energy, because Jupiter is a very optimistic but excessive planet. But it's going to be in this area of your chart through October 28th. So this is excellent for feeling more security and optimism in your own foundation, for doing well with real estate, if you're looking to buy or sell a home. If you have your own business, excellent for prosperity. It's like the Empress card, and good for fixing up your place and renovating and feeling good within, good for dealing with home and family and relatives. Chiron, the wounded healer, is also transiting in Aries, and that's about facing vulnerability and loss around real estate and home and family. And so many of us have experienced loss, dealing with being your own warrior to ensure your needs are met. And then Eris, the goddess of discord, she fights for what she wants. And Mars, which rules the sign of Aries, entered the Cardinal fire sign of Aries on May 24th, where it will be until July 5th. And this is a new 2-year cycle of getting things done at home. Again, if you work for yourself, being very busy, getting anything you're trying to do accomplished, that you can do it yourself to ensure your own security. And let's see, Mercury, which rules the planet of rules the sign of Gemini. Mercury's transiting in your house of work and daily routine, as is Venus, the planet of love and beauty. They're both transiting in the mutable air sign of Gemini, good for bringing more happiness and beauty to your work and to your habits, good for fixing up yourself in some way if you're trying to do a health or beauty regimen, good for being creative in your daily routines. And the sun is transiting in the Cardinal water sign of Cancer, lighting up your area of of partnerships and relationships, bringing light to that area of your chart. But a lot of focus on home and family as you begin the month. And Jupiter will be in that sector of your chart through the end of October. It briefly enters the final degrees of Pisces from October 28th through December 20th, transiting in your house of local community, networking, marketing, sales, as well as teaching and learning and workshops and local travel. So that will be expanding that sector. And then on December 20th, Jupiter will return to your house of home and family through May 16th. So that's a very joyous cycle for expansion in many ways within, and that's a good thing. So you begin the month in the Neptune haze that will dissipate soon into the month. Mars, the god of war, makes a challenging aspect to Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth, the cosmic compost, which is transiting in your sign, and that occurs at 10:14 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring combative situations with relatives or in your overall life. Lay low with that energy. Good for eliminating negative habits if you're thinking of doing a detox or a purge of some sort, but people could definitely be looking for a fight. On the following day, on July 2nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, forms a very positive aspect to Saturn, the planet of structure and responsibility. And that occurs at 6:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's good for you for work and financial matters. But then Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Neptune at 4:53 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that can bring confusion in communication. It's good for doing a creative project on your own. Maybe you're working on a marketing campaign that you can work on your own. That is very creative energy, very good for manifesting your ideas, but there could be misunderstandings, so using it in that way. And then on July 5th, there are two planetary changes. So Mars, which is the planet of action and passion and drive, enters the fixed Earth sign of Taurus at 2:04 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it's transiting in your house of romance and creativity and love affairs, as well as children, inner child, and self-expression. It's a very creative house. It rules the heart chakra, so very much around love and joy and happiness. Mars will be in a fellow fire, well, not a fellow fire sign, a fellow earth sign, so compatible with your own, in your house of fun and joy, and it will be there until August 20th. So this is really good for you for being creative, working hard on creative ventures. If you're single, getting out there more in different ways, because your area of love affairs and romance is getting activated through August 20th, and also having a little bit of fun. This is the sector that deals with the heart chakra, opening up your heart. And then on that same day, Mercury, the planet of communication, changes signs at 2:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time and enters the Cardinal water sign of Cancer, where it will be through July 19th. Touring in your sector of relationships and partnerships, excellent for partnering with others in many different ways, professionally, socially. But again, if you're looking to meet new people, Mars is activating your house of romance, and Mercury is activating your house of partnerships and relationships. So good opportunity for meeting new people. None of the personal planets are currently retrograde, and this is good energy for you to get out there. And then on July 6th, Mercury forms a helpful aspect to Mars at 2:37 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good for taking action and being productive, good for getting things done. And then on July 9th, Mercury squares Jupiter, the biggest and luckiest planet. And that's not a negative thing. It's probably doing a lot of work. It's an optimistic energy, and could be just having a lot going on, but not negative, feeling positive. And then on July 10th, the sun forms a helpful aspect to Uranus, and that's a very innovative energy, and that occurs at 4:39 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Good for romantic and creative opportunities for you and for partnering with others. So that's a nice energy. And then on July 13th, Venus, the planet of love and money, forms a helpful aspect to Saturn, the planet of stability and the ruler of your sign, at 12:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that is good for financial and work prospects for you. That's a positive energy. And then there is a full moon, and this is very significant. It occurs at 2:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 21 degrees and 21 minutes of the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn, of your sign. And this full moon occurs at 2:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It directly sets off that legendary and unforgettable pairing of the two malefics of the zodiac. Saturn and Pluto both met up on January 12, 2020 at 22 degrees of the cardinal earth sign of Capricorn. And that is the world point. Any planet that transits at 22 degrees of the cardinal signs, or 0 degrees of the cardinal signs, impacts each and every one of us and is at the world point. So this full moon sets off that legendary conjunction that brought down many structures in our world permanently, or in some cases we're taking a long time to renovate and repair in this new age of Aquarius. For you, you were the sign most impacted, and this full moon occurs in your house of self and immediate environment. It's also on your axis of relationships, and you really were under the radar for a few years. We were in the epic of Capricorn, and every Capricorn I know was impacted in one way or another. It was a lot of restructuring, a lot of challenges, building significant things, but a very difficult time. And the pandemic really broke out and peaked in March of 2020, when we were in that height of the epic of Capricorn. So with this is releasing blocks that have kept you from healing, and Venus and Saturn in harmony shows that through love and self-care and creating new things of value, you can anchor yourself and let go of so much pain. You can't heal. Time does not heal all wounds, but hopefully helps you as you rebuild. And then later on the day of the full moon, Mercury forms a hopeful aspect to Uranus, and that's a very innovative energy, and that occurs at 8:17 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, showing innovative and inventive solutions in the new age of Aquarius, which is very centered on technology, social media, and working with groups to construct a new reality. And we have to do that whether we like it or not, to mend businesses and loss and all that we're experiencing in every level, And then on July 17th, Mercury, the planet of communication, forms a very positive aspect to Neptune. Neptune represents the dream, and Neptune's transiting in your house of thoughts and ideas. And that occurs at 3:52 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's a very creative energy that you can really magnetize dreams. Do not give up on dreams, even though it's been such a difficult time for you. You may feel like for quite a while. And then the sun forms a beautiful trine. That's when two planets are 120 degrees apart. It's a flow of energy. It's a very lucky aspect. And that occurs at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Really, immersing yourself into the dream and positive thinking. And then at 9:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Venus, the planet of love and money, enters the cardinal water sign of Cancer entering your house of relationships and partnerships, where it will be until August 11th. Now, if you're single, excellent opportunity for meeting new people in many different ways, through friends, online, going to events. And if you're looking to build your clientele or work with others or just socialize, very social energy and nice energy for you. On the 18th of July, Mercury forms an opposition to Pluto at 3:01 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The 18th could have power struggles or arguments and could be challenges in relationships. So that day, lay low because people could be combative. On the 19th of July, Mercury changes signs and enters the fixed fire sign of Leo, transiting in your house of transformation and empowerment. It's the money house. It deals with debt and taxes, as well as financial partnerships and investments. It's also a very psychological house, dealing with loss, but with some levity as to how you can heal, dealing with wounds that have not been dealt with, trauma that has not been dealt with, but bringing, again, some ideas and levity to that process in some way. And Mercury will be in Leo through August 4th in this sector of your chart, focusing on doing healing work and cleaning up your debt if you have it. And a lot of people do at this time. And then on August 19th, Chiron, the wounded healer, retrogrades at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 16 degrees and 26 minutes of the Cardinal fire sign of Aries. And that's also an opportunity to look at how you can heal trauma and past wounds in terms of being courageous. And that's retrograding in your house of home, family, and emotional foundation. And then on July 22nd, the sun enters the fixed fire sign of Leo at 4:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, where it will be until August 22nd, transiting in your house of, transiting in your house of wounds and healing and empowerment and money. So bringing more financial opportunities and bringing, again, light in facing the darkness. On July 25th, the two benefics of the zodiac square each other. That's not a bad thing. Venus squares Jupiter, the biggest and luckiest planet, at 2:13 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could just feel excessive and a lot happening, but could be good energy with relationships for you and having fun at home. It's not a negative aspect per se. On the 26th, Mercury forms a challenging aspect to Mars at 3:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could be a little bit more contentious and challenging. On the 28th of July, there is a new moon that occurs at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 5 degrees and 39 minutes of the fixed fire sign of Leo in your house of money and empowerment and transformation. The new moon is always a time to plant new seeds, do the law of abundance, set new intentions. Again, this is around healing and money, so really focusing on those areas. And then Jupiter, the luckiest planet, the grand benefic, retrogrades at 4:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 8 degrees and 43 minutes of the Cardinal fire sign of Aries. You feel it 5 days before and 5 days after. It's retrograding in your house of home and family where it loves to be. It's exalted in this sector of your chart. It's there on and off through the middle of next year, through May of next year. But, you know, the qualities are exaggerated. It could be a lot going on with family. It's not a negative planet. It's a positive one, but can be very busy. And then on the 28th, Mercury squares Uranus, the planet of surprise, at 5:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So maybe you find out some unexpected news, with all of this. But then on the 31st of July rather, all of this is July, Uranus meets up with the North Node of Karma at 3:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could bring romantic opportunities out of the blue, creative opportunities out of the blue. Pay attention to whom you meet and what happens. That could be very fated opportunities that just come in totally unexpectedly. So I wish you a lot of luck. Thanks very much, Capricorn, and take care.